My classmates, and we are doing a business project based on a new move company, and we invented it. And let me to present our wonderful team. So he is Jason, he is a marketing manager, he is the creative one, and he is Giulio, he is the analyst and also the project manager. And then we have Luigi, he is the diversity, and he is a customer service manager, and she is Nina, and she is our product manager, sales manager. So I'm going to represent the CEO because of my driver personality, and we chose the Brazilian company because Brazil is a growing market, and we are trying to sell our goods to China, which is also a growing market, and also because we think that China is most important because we have to know their culture and their tradition. So we've done a lot of research, and we come up with a lot of data that you will see during the presentation. Thank you. So we have a situation that we need to communicate. So through this presentation, we're going to give an effective message to our audience, which are you guys. Thank you very much for being here. And we are new from Brazil, and we're trying to sell caramel milk to China. That can be really tough. So here is our purpose. When we finish this presentation, we want our audience to sign a 2-year contract with us. And our criteria for success, we have 3. One is short-term, which is selling 20K units of new move per quarter during 2 years, okay? That's our short-term goal. And also, for the long term, we want to enhance our brand awareness in China, because we want to expand ourselves to other cities in China with Carrefour. They have really great locations in Shenzhen, Beijing, and Hong Kong. So they are huge there. So we want to go into those markets too. That's why we want to enhance our brand awareness. Carrefour, it's a French company, but we're trying to sell to Chinese people, so we're considering our audience as Chinese, not French, even though they have some French influence, but we're not going to get into that. So they are the 2nd largest retailers in the world, okay, and they are pioneers in Brazil and China, so they have a great reputation in those countries. So we thought it's going to be really easier to get Carrefour to help us, because we're Brazilian, and they have great reputations in China, so that's going to make our communication even better. So they have 19 stores in Shanghai. They are the biggest in Shanghai, just behind Walmart, okay? So, and they are in 30 countries. That's a lot. So just before that, we have here in our audience 5 Chinese managers, okay? So we have a sales one, who is a driver, and we have financial and operational managers. They are really analytical, and we have the marketing manager, creative, and we have the customer service, who is amiable. So we want to make sure we want to show some graph data to the analyticals, and time is money. So we don't want to do like a really big presentation here and explain every single detail, because we don't want to waste driver's time, you know. So also we want to use some color and innovation and a creative presentation, so the designer and the marketing and these creative people will feel interested about our presentation. And also we want to show during all our presentation that we talk about our customers, and our focus here is not just selling. It's also to get Chinese people to consume our products and also their feelings.
Good morning to everybody. I'm going to be representing the customer service in the new move company. Today we speak about how we prefer to encode our message. So we have a lot of things to encode our message. We have spoken words, we have PowerPoint, we have video, image, tasting, graphs. But the most important thing to encode our message is to cover the attention to everybody, to pay the attention to everybody, because we have 4 types of communication. We have amiable, we have driver, we have analytical, we have creative. So the most important thing to encode best our message is to pay the attention to everybody, to get the attention the attention to everybody, and to have a great message for our company and for our first part of the presentation. Yeah. What about channel? It's very simple. The first important thing for the channel, we use simple the presentation meeting. What about presentation meeting? During presentation meeting, the Brazilian company will present our product to Carrefour. That is a French company located in China, and it's very simple, very clear to understand, and very easy to act. And that's it.
About Chinese culture. Okay, so just I want to explain to you a little bit about Chinese culture before we get into our real presentation. So if you're considering to negotiate with a Chinese person, you have 4 things, okay? You have guanxi. What is guanxi? They really, really appreciate interpersonal relations. That's all about networking, okay? So if you don't, it's not what you know, it's who you know, okay? So it's really, really important to get to know the people, the Chinese people, and establish a long-term relationship, especially with the government, okay? They don't want short-term stuff. They want really long ones. And so that's key, okay? That's key for success in China. Also, you have mianzi. What is mianzi? Mianzi is embarrassing situations that can happen, okay, because of conflict, due cultural differences, okay? So make sure you study Chinese culture before you go there, because if you do something that they don't like it because it's really embarrassing, we don't know what is embarrassing for them. So we have to make sure we study them. So just, that's mianzi, okay? And then we have a zhongji. My Chinese pronunciation is not that good. So zhongji is a person who, a really reliable one, well-connected, who is going to intermediate the two parties, because I mean, you don't need that, but it's good because it can, the person can positively influence your negotiation, okay? So that person needs to speak Mandarin. And the last one is Wu Bu Zhong. It's a foreign status that they use to get more time, okay? So they don't like to be pressured. So they're going to say, we're Chinese, we need more time, so please give, we want to study that. So they use their status to get more time. Also, you have to make sure you respect older people, elderly, okay, don't call them old people, elderly. And they have hierarchy too, so you have to make sure who is the boss there and to just respect it. And also patience, modesty, and politeness. They really appreciate that. Be on time or earlier, never late. Make sure you know their holidays. Never ask for a meeting during Chinese holidays, for example, New Year's Eve, because I mean, even though they're not going to accept it, they're going to, these people haven't done their homework, you know. So also check their level of English. Like, if they don't know English, it's not their fault. It's your fault because you're not going to communicate with them. So you have to make sure that they will understand you, and I don't know, bring like a Mandarin speaker, do something so they can understand you. It's not their fault because they don't speak English. And also dress code. You can be formal or casual, business casual. We have everything here. It's okay. They don't mind about that. Also say your company, title, and then name. Never start with your name. That's not the most important. Handshake. Don't be too aggressive because, for example, in Brazil, we like to be very aggressive in our handshake, but Chinese don't like that. Okay? And business cards, hand it out, give them with 2 hands and receive them, just as Japanese, as we've seen in class. Don't rush, don't pressure, give their time. and also give gifts, okay? They like gifts. It doesn't need to be expensive, just a simple thing from your country or from your company. Thank you. So now we're going to start our real presentation, okay? So first of all, I would like to give you that quote from Wendy Bao. He is the Prime Minister of China, okay? I have a dream to provide every Chinese, especially children, sufficient milk each day. So with that sentence in mind, we're gonna give our presentation to you, and you will understand what we mean. So we are New. We are a Brazilian company founded in 1963. We have 50 years experience. We are the biggest milk producers in Brazil. We are really, really big. So we are really reliable. We are in Porto Alegre, which is very close to Uruguay. Uruguay is the place where they invented caramel milk. In Spanish, it's called dulce de leche, and caramel milk is the best translation, okay? So we started with homemade milk, okay? It was an old lady doing homemade caramel milk, and then we started growing. So we started with that's our cute logo. You can see we're gonna do the Chinese eyes too, so we can communicate better. So nowadays, New Mu is huge. Okay, we started with 8 cows, and now we have 8,000 cows. Okay, that's a lot. It's a really, really great production of milk every day because the cows give a lot of milk every day. Okay, so we have 3 dairy farms. It's our own cows. We don't use other cows. We want to make sure our milk is the best. So we want to use our own cow, and we don't want to ask other companies' milk because we don't think that's the way it should be. We like our cows. We like our milk. We can do the best caramel milk ever because we have the best milk, right? So we have 3 products: milk, any kind of milk. We have chocolate, white, dark chocolate. We have milk chocolate, and also we have our main sweet, which is caramel milk, and you're gonna love it. So this is our product, and you're gonna taste it in a little bit. Yeah. So our product that we're trying to sell you is caramel milk, okay? And I can really assure that it's made from the best, the very, very best milk. So here you're gonna try our product. We chose a piece of bread because it's a neutral flavor, and so it will match very well with the caramel milk. Okay. So please take your time, try or. So guys, so please, if you would like to try it, it's really good. Yeah. It's caramel milk, it's a spread, and it's nice. I'm pretty sure your family, your kids, you're gonna have that for breakfast every day because, as you see, Chinese people are getting more Western in the life. You know, you're getting influenced by the West. So this is a very Western dessert. So you're gonna really like that. So our core ingredients here is whole milk, sugar, and whipped cream. Okay. It's a very versatile product. You can use as a spread, as a dessert, on your spoon. It doesn't matter, as you please, as you like. So, and while you're tasting that, I have 23 countries which are also tasting it because we're in 23 countries. Here are our countries. names. So we are in Latin America, we are in Europe, we are in Africa, we are everywhere, and we want to go to China and make the best caramel milk you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, now we have to talk about why we decided to go to Shanghai. I think that every one of you knows this city, and we chose exactly the city because number one, it's the most populous city in China, and the people that live in that city are quite different from the normal citizen of China because they have a style of life really close to the European and American style, and we think that they could like more our products in the first part. And in fact, we think that it could be a dictator city. We can use strong advertising marketing, in which we can try to convince the citizens of Shanghai that our product could be the best. In fact, next slide please. We have different competitors, but nothing is like our product. Because, for example, Ferrero, it's a spread cream, but it's quite different because use milk in their product, but it's not made with caramel milk. The flavor is totally different. It's the strongest competitors now, have the biggest market share, but you can think that it's totally different for us, and we can try to have a different market for our product. Also, we have honey, that is the one big garden called it's very strong. It's a Chinese company, and it started 30 years ago, and it's very strong in the market. And also we have peanut butter, but it's quite different also from the other products. You can use for the dinner, for the breakfast, but the important thing that has our product inside there is the milk, and in China milk is really important. They had a problem with milk some years ago because the milk was contaminated, and our milk is not from China but it's from Brazil. So it's very important for the market of China. Now you can see the market share now 2 years ago, and we saw that Nutella is the biggest one, and 1B is 50, and there are a few others that it's jam, it's for most, and in 5 years we have to arrive to compare our products. Our segmentation is to arrive to all the family in China because we think that everyone in the family will try and love our product, starting from the children to arrive to the adults. And it's important because it's not always the children that in the supermarket choose what they want to buy. For example, it's the parents that think what is right for the children. And the last part. We have our positioning. We think that we want to arrive to be the best, the star in Shanghai, because we think that we could be the best.
So, our SWOT analysis, we're going to go into our strengths and opportunities. So, why we see Chinese market as a really great opportunity, and what are our strong features to get in there, okay? So first of all, our really, really strong feature here, and we're Brazilian, and we believe that, okay? So we have tradition in Brazil, and we have a high quality product as well, and we have a really, really brand and logo name. That's really nice because our brand is called Numu. And our logo is a cow, which is really cute for children, and the cow has the Chinese eye, and the brand is Numu, and it's really easy to pronounce that. It's neat because they can be Chinese words too. Jason will explain later what does it mean. And it's a very versatile product. It has the status of importance. As I told you before, and my colleague told you, they had this crisis in China. You know that better than I do, and children died for that. So, and with a Brazilian milk in the product, we can assure that it's going to be a really, really good quality product, okay? So it's really nutritious too. I mean, children will eat and will be ready for the day. And an opportunity that we thought that China is the biggest trading partner of Brazil nowadays. before it was the United States. Now China is our best partner. So, and the dairy consumption is increasing a lot in China. 25% every year, that's a lot. So it's a great opportunity. And also, spreads are going up and the acceptance of condensed milk. So condensed milk is a really similar product to caramel milk, and it has the same texture. So if Chinese people accept that, they will accept our product too. So to prove that, just really quick here, we have Nutella, we have Skippy. So Nutella is the most expensive brand, and Skippy is cheap. So we have a gap in between, and we want to conquer that space. We're going to go into the, we don't want to get that expensive, we don't want to get that cheap. We want to get in the middle, which is like about 48 yuan. Nutella is 68, it's a lot. And Skippy is 36. So we want to get in the between. We can prove that Chinese people will love our product, because back in Brazil we did a sample market research with 30 Chinese, and that's real. We did that. We did a tasting, and the outcome was really good. They love our product, the smell, the texture. They said it was really versatile, and they said 70% of them said they would eat that on their daily basis. That's really important. And but 70% said that they would prefer less sugar in it, but we have a solution for that. They thought it was really sweet. So, yeah, so we're going to adapt our products to Chinese markets because we understand your culture, so we want to make a really unique product for you. The Brazilian recipe is 100% white sugar. So we're going to adapt with 60% of brown sugar, which makes not that sweet, and 40% of white sugar, because we want to keep the color. So 60% of brown sugar, 40% of white sugar, not going to be that sweet, and Chinese people will love even more. And also they have this lactose intolerance. A lot of people in China cannot drink milk. So we're going to add lactase enzymes, because nowadays you can take pills of lactase to break down the lactose. So with that enzyme in our product, they don't need to worry about taking pills, and they can consume our product just like really nice and don't worry about anything.
So, ni hao ma. My name is Jason, and I'm actually the Marketing and Communications Manager. And what we actually are looking at is this market where we think that it's a fantastic, great place to be in, because this means that we have this new opportunity to place our market and place the product into it. And what we want to do is just give you an example of an advert that we actually spent some time to actually put together. And with myself and some other people, we've actually creatively led it and actually put it together for you for this presentation.